We're going to start off the workout with a dynamic warm-up, and the object is just to get warmed up by getting a little blood flow, get the body temperature up, which already isn't a very big problem because it's 110 outside. We're going to start off with just a dynamic warm-up, then we start off the exercises with lighter weights than we're actually going to use for the work set. So you go from a kind of a general warm-up to a more specific one. Today's workout consists of incline cable pullover, band-resisted T-bar incline press, pec deck, cable incline fly, and time under tension and dumbbell incline presses. Here Branch is doing some light weights, kind of raising his shoulders up, just get some blood flow and get ready for the work to come. This isn't part of the workout, it's just a nice dynamic warm-up. You see a lot of bodybuilders that have a good, sort of kinesthetic awareness, muscle awareness warm up like this, and whether they know it or not, they're getting the benefits of a dynamic warm up. Here Branch is doing some light tricep pushdowns, just kind of warm his elbows up for the workout to come. Here Branch is doing light pullovers just to kind of warm up. And what this does is we're after the feel and the movement. This is not a movement. We're gonna go really heavy. We're doing this timed. And what you see me point right there is just making sure he feels it deep down all the way into his rib cage. Back in the day, bodybuilders used to talk about how this expands the rib cage. It doesn't quite work like that, but what it does do is build up the intercostals, which give the illusion of a much bigger rib cage, which gives the illusion of a much more powerful chest and massive physique. So stretch back, and he squeezes the chest on the way up. So he gets the stretch all the way back and a squeeze on the way up. Watch Branch here. Stretch back, squeeze up. This is by no means lightweight, but Branch could easily use more weight and do it with crappy form, and that's totally defeats the objective of this exercise. This is one he wants to stretch and feel and really build those intercostals for a powerful looking chest. Watch his chest work on the way up. This movement also works the lats, and you want to be careful when you're bodybuilding. You want to use it to build the chest. You have to really use muscle and tension, feel it flexing the chest on the way up, and make a conscious effort. Watch Branch's chest flex on the way up, establishing a great mind-muscle connection, squeezing on the way up. Incline presses have always been one of Branch's favorite movements to build his chest. Today we're doing a little twist. Using over 100 pounds of band tension here and performing the movement with a neutral grip or semi-neutral grip. Watch. The whole key is Branch getting a good full range of motion. Watch, especially with the addition of bands to the barbell. When you lock the weight out, you really have to force and squeeze your chest and flex to the top. Look at his chest working as he locks out the weight. Branch is up to 225 pounds, over 100 pounds of band tension. Watch him flex his chest as he lifts the weight up. Here Branch is 265 pounds barbell with the band tension, and this bar is much harder to use than a traditional straight bar. Here's Branch with 305 pounds with the additional band tension. Watch him flex his chest on the way up. Look at that chest working. Branch's shoulders acting up a little bit today, so what we're doing is dips with a little narrower hand placement. This feels a lot better. I'm just doing them for time. Again, taking advantage of the situation. He just needs instead of taking the workout out, it requires changing some things around to more shoulder-friendly movements that are still going to maximize muscle tension. Chin to chest, good forward lean. Look at him go. Maximizing the benefit of each rep, getting a good stretch down, staying forward, really building that chest. This is a pec deck, and the advantage of this over always using dumbbells is, of course, dumbbells have that good stretch advantage, and we're not downplaying their importance. And I think if we had to choose between dumbbells and a machine, we'd go with the dumbbells. But there's definitely a time and a place for everything. And the time here, we're using this machine. Branch is getting a good squeeze, keeping constant tension throughout. Watch Branch, he's doing a good job of now really squeezing the reps. He holds it for a split second there. He's getting fatigued now, but he was. And if you watch his chest working, he's really making the intent of working the chest. Because if you have extremely strong deltoids, you can use other muscles to help overpower and activate the chest. But what Branch is doing here is really concentrating and keeping the tension on his chest. An incline cable fly. We're doing it for time. You look at Branch's chest work on the way up. This really hits the upper part of the chest near the clavicle, and by putting it up at an incline, you do that. And Branch is getting a good stretch here, but we need to really get him to squeeze that rep at the top instead of just touching it and going. Actually, get like about a half-second squeeze at the top to really focus on it. Branch is doing a better, after talking to Branch between sets, you see he's doing a much better job now of really squeezing and feeling that rep in the upper chest. Look at the difference in how, if you examine this, rewind back to the other clip, and you can see how Branch is doing a much better job of purposely recruiting that upper chest and squeezing. Again, Branch started off, yelled something, now we got him again squeezing the reps. This is not a heavy compound movement like an incline press, so you want to really focus on the squeeze. Powerlifters usually focus on movements, bodybuilders on muscles, but the problem lies when you try to make a movement that's really just working the muscle, and you're not trying to, and you try to make it into a movement base where you're getting your whole body into it. That defeats the purpose. This movement, you really want to squeeze it and feel it. Branch is really doing a great job now of getting that squeeze, and he's using a lot of weight. The key is use as much weight as possible, but if you lose that technique, we're starting to get your whole body involved and not get that squeeze, this movement can quickly become counterproductive. It's not only a safety thing, it's an efficiency thing. Today we're doing we're doing the excessive time under tension with 30-pound dumbbells. If you watch Bryant, he's going to press 30-pound dumbbells on an incline press for 3 minutes straight. Again, because we're taking a holistic approach to building the muscle. Not only we will go for 5 seconds to do maximum weight, we're primarily recruiting fast twitch muscle fibers, or we're only doing lightweight, super slow, and a ton of reps only doing slow twitch muscle fibers. We're trying to get the holistic approach. And I mean, at this point, he's totally fatigued. He's pressing those weights for 3 minutes straight. And if you watch him, what I'm going to do is I'm going to yell go, and he'll press 3 reps. In between reps, instead of relaxing, he's purposely putting the tension on his upper chest, flexing it as he has the weight completely locked out. Then I yell go, he does 3 reps. So he is totally fatiguing every single muscle fiber at this point in this workout, hitting the muscle from all different angles, going for 3 minutes straight. So the key here is if you're going to try this in your own training, go anywhere from 1.5 and up to 3 minutes on the high end. And the idea here is before your partner yells go or your trainer yells go, you're purposely squeezing and recruiting that muscle that you're trying to focus the tension on.